Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you guys so much for joining me. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. I make sure that I try to take out videos every other day, every day practically, some of the time, most of the time, okay? So tonight we're going to be talking about this book by Andrew Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Let me just hide my fingernails because they are not looking pleasant. Yeah, so this book is basically about the art of dealing with people. Do I like this book? Yes. This is the second time that I've tried to read this book. This is not from the list of books that I listened to and then read. This is actually from the book list of Your Wish is Your Command. And if I had to rate this book, I would definitely rate it as an 8.5. Which is pretty high. Now, I got through this book, but one of the reasons why I rated it so highly is because I got through it pretty quickly. It's a pretty easy read. It's definitely something that I could see myself reading again. Which is not what I can say for a lot of the books on this book list that I've reviewed. Now, one of the things that really stuck out to me, and you might say, Nihanda, if you like the book so much, why didn't more things stick out? Well, I've read this book twice, and I don't want to give away too much from the book. This is just my overall opinion or whether or not you should pick up a copy of this book for yourself. And generally, when it comes to principles of personal development book and content, I believe that different things may stand out for different people depending on what you're looking for, depending on what it is you need to hear, or what you might find yourself shying away from, right? And so, one of the things that I needed to hear were these principles, the 8 principles, secret of dealing with people. Now, this is going to be a direct quote from the book right now that you need to hear that really stuck with me. So, one of the things that he says is some of the most people, some of the things most people want include health and the preservation of life, food, sleep, money and things money will buy, life in the hereafter, sexual gratification, the well being of our children, and a feeling of importance. Now, why did these 8 principles stand out to me so much? Sometimes when I'm dealing with a client or with someone that is close to me, I find myself not being able to put my finger on exactly what it is this person is truly saying they want, especially when it comes to goal setting. If I had to make a life book, and I know that I have promised to talk about my life book on this channel, and I will. I just have to get some of the technical issues in order before I do so. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Um, but sometimes when I'm talking to people around me, or even when I'm talking to someone about my life book, or if I'm going through my life book, I tend to sometimes ask myself what it is exactly I am trying to accomplish by doing this act. Or sometimes I might find myself drawn to something that is not necessarily in alignment with who I think I am. And I have to sort of like justify or create some kind of categorization to figure out if I'm going in in the right direction, if that makes sense to you. And I think that when you're dealing with people, especially if you're dealing with someone in the area of self-development and personal development, you want to be able to figure out the what category of the 8 here being listed are being called to in an indirect way. And I found that asking these questions, okay, is this something, does this person need more help? Does this person need more well-being of their children? Does this person need more sexual gratification? Does this person have a concern about what's going to happen to them after they pass on? Does this person have or need a feeling of importance? Now, if I had to list these in any particular order for any particular person, the order may shift depending on what that person is feeling at the time. And when you talk to people, you will find that whatever it is they're telling you falls into one, if not many, of these categories. And so this helps me to have better conversations with people in terms of where it is I can help with, what I can help with, and how. And especially for yourself, this is not necessarily a personal development book, but it definitely helps you to develop a pleasing personality to help others support you in getting the things that you want. And this particular page here that talks about these things definitely was spot on with helping me, helping others achieve their goals. Now, yeah, so that was one of many things. I know that a lot of people are turned off by well, at least some people that I've talked to have told me that they're turned off by the title because it seems like just a big book of manipulation. One of the things that is talked about a lot in this book is how to be genuine and sincere. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And of course, that's like the golden rule that should just come as a common knowledge aspect. But of course, we are living more and more in terms of more and more in a time where common knowledge is not so common. And it was a very refreshing reminder to know that the principles of being genuine and it's not such a dog eat dog world, and you should be kind and nice to people because that's just the right thing to do, and people are interesting if you take the time out to have an interest in them. The rewards that you will reap will not just give you more personal gratification and happiness, but you would have done more for the world in terms of how you want to be remembered. Mmm, that is so good. So, again, please do pick up a copy. This is not a sponsored video. I am not getting anything for telling you about these books except the personal satisfaction that you are closer to the person you want to be. I will see you in the next video. We are right on time in this one. Yes. Please, if you can, stay safe and stay free.